Welcome back to Vancouver Carpenter. So as somebody who is a carpenter and also a skateboarder who's been around a while, I often get asked to do little jobs at the distributors. And this one just happened to be a Griptape rack. So I built a few things, some little walls and some mini ramps, and this time, yep, a Griptape rack. So this is just a short montage for you guys to check out and see the building process of something that was, for a small project, pretty labor intensive. So without further ado, here it is. So yeah, that was building the grip tape rack. I know I didn't talk at all in the whole video. Maybe you enjoyed that. Hopefully you were still able to learn something and see some of the things that I do to help. You know, whenever you have like a lot of repetitive actions to do, it's always good to find ways to batch it together. So the jig was probably one of the most useful things I did. And then just like, you know, gluing up the boards, gluing as many of them as I could at a time, and same with all the cutting, getting all that done. I still have all my fingers after all that repetitive cutting, which means I paid attention and took my time. Definitely, whenever you're doing tons of repetitive cuts, be careful, because it's really easy to just go on autopilot and put your hand somewhere stupid. But yes, again, thankfully, didn't happen. Quick little knock on wood, maybe. Don't want to tempt fate. But anyways, yeah, that was the grip tape rack. And if I do the math, there was 21 of those little uprights on each one, and there was 6 of them, and there was 5 screws per row. So that would be roughly 630 screws, I think. So some of them had a little more or less on the first 1 or 2 that I built, but yeah, 630 screws that I had to countersink and put in that day. And only a handful of blowouts, probably under 10 in all of that. So not too bad. I could still screw things in pretty square. And those were long screws too. They were 2.5 inch screws, not just 2-inch screws. So that means that from 3/4 inch material to 2.5, there was 1.75 inches going through, which is why I had the countersink bit so long. And I also didn't break the countersink bit in 630 screws. So that wasn't too bad either. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I'm surprised I've even talked this long after. But I hope you got something out of that video. And I want to say thanks for watching Vancouver Carpenter. Till the next video.